is up, everybody? My name is MC, and I am your host for today's Fanatics live show. We have a very special guest on the line. I know last week we were all about the Yankees, but this week we are all about the New York Mets. That's right. Let's bring on Pete Alonso, number 20, Mr. Polar Bear. Where you at?
Oh, what's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Hey, Pete. How's it going?
Good. I can't complain. It's been a good day so far, and it's been an exciting off season to this point, and I'm really just looking forward to seeing how the rest of the off season unfolds, and I'm just excited to get back to work again in St. Lucie in 2021.
For sure, yeah. Has the day been good with AR, signing some autographs, getting some work done?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been pretty seamless so far, so no snafus yet. So thank you guys for having me on.
Of course. Well, this awesome canvas you have in front of you, I'm actually going to talk about the artist a little bit. So we want to do a cool feature. Today's item that each guest will receive is a Dave canvas print of an original painting. Dave is a California-based artist capturing iconic sports moments through black and white illustrations. He works with a variety of mediums, paint, charcoal, and pastels that combine together to establish movement and motion in each piece. For more information on tonight's featured artist, please visit hobrick.com. That's HOBRECHT.com. Cool. How does that canvas look in front of you? It's pretty big.
It's just a gorgeous piece of artwork. I mean, the people getting these are they're going to be really, really satisfied. I mean, just me looking at it, it's incredible. I mean, the amount of detail and it's truly remarkable. It's job well done for sure.
Well, let's bring on some of these guests and let's sign some autographs and ask some questions. Our first guest, unfortunately, could not dial in, so I'm going to ask his question for him, if that's okay. I'm going to stand in as Martin for the time being, but I'm sure this question is being asked a lot amongst the players and everybody involved in the organization, but what's your opinion about the new owner and president changes going on with the Mets?
Well, I actually had a phone call with Steve earlier this week, and he seems just absolutely stoked, and it's really awesome to kind of get to talk to him and kind of see his vision. And he doesn't want to win a championship; he wants to win multiple championships. So he's really, really excited about his new acquisition, and again, it's a new chapter, and I'm just really excited and honored to be a part of it.
Yeah, I'm sure if they're excited, it's easy for you to be excited as well. As a follow-up, Martin wanted to ask, do you think that these changes will enable the team to go out and sign some higher-priced guys in free agency?
Hey, we'll see. I mean, it's not my money, so we'll see. I'm sure some good things are going to happen. I mean, we started out by signing Marcus Stroman back, which I'm really excited about. Stroh's a good buddy of mine, and having him on the squad has been awesome. I mean, when he got traded over in 2019, I mean, he brought this different element, this different swagger to us, and he's a great pitcher, and he's a good guy to have on the squad. So I'm really happy we signed him back. And again, it's as the off season unfolds, we're going to see more and more changes to the roster. So again, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't predict
right.
But to kick off the off season, signing back Stroh is a good move.
Yeah, definitely good momentum going into things, and I'm sure the season will look different once it starts, but it sounds like you guys are on some pretty fun changes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so our first meet and greet guest, he's here, he's backstage. This man is Mr. Met if I've ever met him. So let's bring on Ed.
Pete, it's Ed Schauder, bro. I feel like I know you after 4 cameos, man. Well,
What's up, Ed?
How's it going?
No,
I want you
Doing
to
good.
know that when I said I saw potential in you, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Shout out to Grolio and Fanatics. I got your back. I got everything in this card. But my question really has to do with, look, I work with Seaver Wright. I became friends with him when Tom died. I cried like a baby. It's his birthday today, so it's apropos to ask you this question on Tom Seaver's birthday. And his daughter knows I'm asking you this question. So when you hit that walk-off home run, the day that the tribute for Tom was done, I cried tears of joy. That was our Thurman Munson, Bobby Mercer moment. You know, when Munson died, Mercer hit that hit. I called your agent, John, to tell him, crying, how much that meant. I wanted to give you a hug, so here's the virtual hug.
Oh, thank you.
Well, what did it mean to you? How did you feel about it? Were you aware of the moment? And do you realize how much that walk-off meant for people like me?
So, Ed, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for booking me on Cameo, because that helps my foundation, Homers for Heroes. So thank you. And to follow up, I want to say that so during the game, before the game, I was fully aware of the day. But as soon as that first pitch is thrown, you got to flip that switch. But as soon as that ball left my bat and then I saw it go over the fence, the game was over. And it was, as much as it was exciting, it's there are certain things in the game of baseball that are that can't be explained the reason why. And for me, that moment just picked me. I felt like, because granted, I'm up there doing the best I can to help my team win, but in baseball there are some godlike forces like the baseball gods I felt like were with me on that one. And I feel like Tom Seaver, when he became an angel, he became a baseball god as well. So he's a legend in the game, and not just for the New York Mets, but for many teams. But he's one of the most dominant pitchers in the history of baseball. So to honor him that way, and especially get a win on that day was huge.
I'll just say one thing. It was nice to see the new franchise honor the old franchise that way, because I really think you got that kind of potential. And you're my kid's new college fund, so keep it up, baby.
All right, sounds good.
Hey, Pete, let's get that canvas signed for Ed, and we can show this awesome canvas. Ed, your inscription was 53 home run MLB record. Crazy good stat in Rookie of the Year.
Sounded good, right? Why not?
Yeah, sounded great.
Go for it. Hey, great seeing you, bro. Looking forward to seeing you at the ballpark.
I will. I'm excited too. Thank you, Ed.
And again, all the stuff I got, one day I'll donate to the foundation, all right? So you got it. All right, brother.
Thank you.
Great meeting you.
That's awesome. He told us that he was the biggest Alonso fan there was. I think I believe him, but we got some other contenders on the line. Up next, we have Brad and Benjamin. And I did get a full story that Brad took a foul ball, a Pete Alonso foul ball to the shin back in 2019. So I'll let them.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry about that.
It's okay, Pete. I mean, you almost killed me, but I didn't drop my milkshake.
I'm sorry. I can't control where those things go.
You know, we DVR'd the game, and when we come back, it was a doubleheader against the Marlins in 2019, your first at bat. And all Ron Darling said was, "Oh my." And then the camera couldn't pan fast enough. It hit off my leg and went about 3 sections over. And it was insane. I feel we have this bond and connection now because of the foul ball I never got.
Well, I'm sorry. You're going to be getting this awesome canvas.
It's my son Ben's favorite baseball moment, and he's got a question he wants to ask you.
All righty.
Did you have pressure when you were gonna? Did you have pressure on you at the home run derby?
Yes. I'd be lying if I said there was no pressure at all. But absolutely. I mean, for me as
Are you going to defend your title this year for the home run derby?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I would do that again 10 out of 10 times. Like as long as I'm physically able to, and if Major League Baseball invites me back, like I'd love to participate. I mean, that's participating in the home run derby is just an absolute thrill, and it was one of my favorite moments of 2019. And if in 2021, yes, absolutely, I'm going to already accept.
Fantastic. You're by far, you can see the full-size Pete Alonso fathead behind
I love it.
his bedroom. He's got his Rookie of the Year ball signed by you.
Nice. Awesome.
And you're by far his biggest, he is your biggest fan. And he loved the way you wear your heart and emotion on your sleeve. And then you can really tell how you're into it. Like there's no holding back.
No, absolutely. And when there's absolutely fantastic fans like you guys, like backing us up the whole way through, it makes it that much easier and that much awesome after every victory. And I really appreciate you guys, like just constantly, not just supporting me, but supporting the Mets, because it truly is really special when something cool happens. You guys make it really fun for us when you guys cheer and scream and basically make a hostile environment for the other team. So I just want to say thank you.
Pete, if you're ever in Poughkeepsie, I play for a travel team. Maybe you could come watch a game, maybe?
Yeah, if I'm ever in Poughkeepsie. Sounds good, man. What's the team name?
What's the team name?
Poughkeepsie Lightning.
All right, Poughkeepsie Lightning. So
Sounds good.
Let's
get that canvas signed for you, Ben. This one says, "Happy 9th birthday to my biggest fan." I know, Brad, you said he really is his biggest fan.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
No, of course, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys. Well, that was a nice birthday present. You just made like this kid's whole I guess his whole year, but probably like whole life, I'm sure. Let's bring up Michael. He told me, I just asked him for a little clarification. 1986, he said, was the reason he became a Mets fan. He said he was 7 years old watching the Mets on little TV with his family, and that's just what solidified everything from him. So let's bring on Michael.
All righty.
Hey, what's up, Pete?
Hey, how's it going? Do you want me to call you Mike or Michael?
Mike's fine.
Okay. All righty.
Yeah.
How's it going, Mike?
Not bad, not bad. I'm glad you mentioned Stroh before. I grew up watching Stroh. My little brother graduated high school with him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm happy he's back with us.
Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, man. How's the sports bar going? I kind of overheard the conversation a little bit. So how's business going with everything that's going on?
It's been tough, man. It hasn't been easy, but hopefully you can pull through. We got a pretty good following, and we're in a pretty good, we're in the Pat Met area. So, I went to school here as well. Mm-hmm. So I got a lot of love and a lot of support from everybody.
No, that's awesome. I mean, damn right you will, because I honestly think that everybody, like, if you're in a good area, you have strong support, then people stay loyal, and that's one thing I know that Mets fans are is loyal, and I know you're a part of that. That speaks a lot, not just about like who you are from a sports perspective, but as personally as well. So it's going to be all right. Yeah,
we're good. You sent my kids a cameo too in March. We were at spring training, and then they shut everything down once we got back. So my kids were really excited about that.
Awesome. Well, no, thank you for booking me. I mean, that's I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, Michael, what question did you want to ask Pete this afternoon?
So I was at the All-Star game down in Washington when you were in the Futures, and you hit a bomb into left field. I want to know kind of how you felt when that ball went off your bat and how it felt. You destroyed that thing. I mean, I was right on the third base line. I saw the whole thing. I mean, it's amazing.
Well, that felt excellent because at that time, at that point in the season, I'm putting together a really good year, and I wanted to do whatever I could to impress GM, ownership, or whoever. Just be like, hey, notice me. And so at that moment at the Futures game, that's where all the top tier talent from all the organizations go and play in a game. And for me, okay, I gotta do something cool. I gotta do something special in this game. And it was a really big spot. It was a really big homer, and I feel like a lot of people noticed. I just wanted to just perform the best I could because I just love the game, and ultimately I'm really goal driven. And getting to the big leagues at that time, that was everything to me, and I wanted to do whatever it took. So there you have it.
Yeah, awesome. It was a bomb for sure.
Thank you. So I'm gonna sign your post. Is this going up in the bar or?
No, that's personal. That's for personal collection.
Oh man.
This one, the inscription is LFGM, which I got to keep it G-rated for all the little kids watching. I finally figured out what that stood for last year, and I was blown away.
Yeah, we were there, so we were there. We saw it all.
All right, thanks so much, Michael.
Thank you. Thanks, Pete. Good luck, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, yeah, good to know that his business is booming. I think hopefully this won't be our situation next year. Hopefully 2021 baseball can happen per normally, but who knows? We all got to do our job. We all got to do our part. Okay, up next, Jalam. He was not able to join in. He was not feeling well, so I'm going to stand in for him. Do have a cool picture to show of him, and he told me that his greatest accomplishment is meeting this incredible woman and getting to call her his wife very soon. So I thought that was very sweet. So Jalam wanted to ask you, what were some of the biggest adjustments you had to make during the 2020 COVID season?
Endless. The protocol, it could be from the protocols, the lack of time on the field, because at the beginning we were only allowed, I think, a certain amount, maybe like an hour on the field at a time, and not working like collectively together as a team at first because we had to be sectioned in different work groups and stuff like that. So, and also not having a normal spring training and halfway through the season being shut down for 5 days. It just wasn't. Baseball just doesn't operate or happen like that,
right?
Like at all. So it's nothing that any player was used to, because this is, I guess, the biggest thing. It's like, because it was so different. It's not just different for us; it's different
for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's. It's just because you're just in new territory constantly, and that's we're basically flying blind the entire year. And I'm happy that we were able to play baseball, and I feel like it provided a huge relief to a lot of people, and gave people hope in some ways, I'd like to think. So
gave people something to look forward to at the end of a lot of hard days in a row, I'm sure. So we're glad to see baseball back on our screens, and like I said, hopefully fans are back next year, and it's a little bit more of a normal baseball season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have really cute people about to come on the screen. They might be our cutest guests so far. We have Gerard is the dad, and Richard and Allie are his kids. And their favorite concession stand food are fuku fingers, which I learned is a very nice treat at Citi Field. So let's bring on Gerard, Richard, and Allie.
All right.
Hey, Pete.
What's up, guys?
Say hi.
Hi. Hi.
How you doing? We're big fans. Obviously, he's got the bat in his hand right now. My daughter had the ball, and then she kind of was walking around with it.
Those are some cool hats, guys.
Yes, absolutely. In honor of you. We share the same nickname by chance. I'll tell you maybe one day when I meet you in person how I got my nickname. I know how you got yours. But looking forward to seeing you next season, hopefully.
I think you guys are going to be able to come to the stadium, because at the World Series, I think there's about maybe 12 to 15,000 people there. And then as everything kind of progresses along in the timeline, I think that if you can have people at the World Series game, I think you can have people at the start of next season. That's just my humble opinion.
And last but not least, I haven't worn this, but this is going to go up. I'm going to be wearing this at the Polar Bear Plunge.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
But Richard
That's
has
great.
a question for you. So, want to ask you, Richard?
Yeah. Do you have hitting tips for me?
Okay. I have plenty of hitting tips, but what do you want to know specifically? Are you having trouble with your legs, your hands?
His timing's pretty good, but he's just wondering like how you approach any advice as far as approaching how to hit.
Okay, so basically, there's how I approach at it from a non-fundamental standpoint, like a mental aspect. At the end of the day, I bring 100% effort to the dish. I know in my mind, I want it more than the pitcher on the mound, and I feel like if a hitter doesn't have that edge, that chip, or that fire, you lose you're already kind of set up to not be successful continuously. So if you go up there every time wanting it more than the pitcher, you're going to set yourself up to have a mental edge, which is going to eventually transfer into constant, continuous, successful results.
Sounds good. Got that?
You got to want it.
You gotta want it, Richard. Let's get that canvas signed. And I think this is a
Alrighty.
pretty good bit of advice. This one says, swing for the stars, Richard, which I think that's some pretty good advice as well.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye, guys. It was nice to meet you. Okay, you did great. That was all of our live guests that are on the line. Unfortunately, Martin and Jalam could not be here, but I was happy to stand in place for them and ask their questions, get down to the bottom of what the Mets fans want to know from Pete Alonso. But we are not done. We have some more fans that got to record a video, and we uploaded it into the show, and we are going to see what else some fans want to know. Now, Sally, she's wearing a Yankees t-shirt, but we're not going to hold that against her because she wants to know. She wants to know from you, Pete. So let's roll Sally's video.
Okay.
Hi, Pete. Sally from New Jersey here. Question number 1. What's your favorite food? But the ultimate question is, which stadium has the best hot dogs? I guess we'll know soon. Be safe out there, my friend.
So my favorite food is steak. I don't think there's anything better than a nicely cooked medium rare steak.
I agree.
And then I think the best stadium hot dogs, it's got to be Dodger Stadium. I love Dodger dogs.
Dodger dogs. Okay, he's not even claiming hometown. He's not even claiming home stadium here. We're going Dodger dogs.
But here's the thing: they keep a tab on us pretty strictly with the food at home, so they don't necessarily give us the hot dogs. But
that's smart. Now we know the inside scoop.
Exactly.
Okay, we have another Fan Cash Reward card holder. We have Herb and his daughters Emily and Brooke.
Hi, Pete. I'm Herb Hines. This is my daughter Emily and my daughter Brooke. And Emily has a question for you.
Hi, Pete. My question is, what is your favorite non-baseball thing about New York?
We look forward to hearing your answer, Pete, and we look forward to seeing you and the Mets play in the World Series next year. Let's go Mets.
My favorite non-baseball thing. That is a very difficult question. 'Cause, I mean, there's incredible food, incredible bars, like such an incredible, like museums. You could go to Broadway, you could see the Statue of Liberty. So when Haley and I, when we first got to New York, when we were both in the big leagues, is like the one thing about New York that I love the most is how infectious and the energy is. I love just like when you walk the streets in New York, or like you just feel energized.
Oh my gosh, it literally is coming up like off the ground.
Yeah, like it's when you just feel this surge, and like you just feel that you can do absolutely anything there. Like you can, everything is at your fingertips, and you can legit conquer the world. And in 2020, New York was hit hard, but is still like so many people, like that true New Yorkers, like the main veins of the city. It's like people are like tough and just so resilient, and which I love about that. But the one thing that I'm hoping that the city gets back completely to 100% is like when my feet are on the street or on the ground in New York, I just feel that buzz, that surge. It's very difficult to explain, but I love the energy that New York constantly brings.
Yeah, you're making me want to go to the city, and I'm just like a little country girl. But I even told my friends, like, I'm finally to a point where I miss New York. Like, I want to get back to New York. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Up next, we have Josh. He is from South Florida, and he's actually a Fanatics employee. So by fans, for fans, that's Fanatics motto. So let's bring on Josh.
Hey, Pete. My name's Josh, longtime Mets fan. I wanted to ask you a question. If you'd have to pitch in a game and face one batter, who would you rather be? A guy like Trout, where down the line you'll have the story and the history that you pitched against Trout in the MLB, or would you rather face a guy that you could get an out against and record an out in the MLB? Thanks. Let's go, Mets.
That seems like a pretty slippery slope question, because that guy, the way that he asked the question, he doesn't think I could get Mike Trout out if I were to pitch. But ideally, in a perfect world, I'd like to pitch and get Mike Trout out. So that would be ideal if I had to pitch against him. But regardless of any outcome, if I had to pitch, I'm going to try and get outs. There's no messing around.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's totally fair. We actually have a question that was submitted in from Instagram. So we asked our followers on Instagram to write us in some questions. So let's see what Jonathan has to say.
Pete, was there a retired player that helped you a lot with your career?
A retired player. Actually.
Take you under their wing?
So I had Ed Kranepool offered some great words of wisdom. Mike Piazza offered some incredible words for me, and also like guys in the game, Robinson Cano and Todd Frazier. Both of those guys have been absolutely instrumental. And obviously, like, we have an incredible coaching staff, and I try and pick guys' brains as much as I can, but Ed Kranepool and Todd Frazier, those guys, Ed Kranepool, Mike Piazza, Todd Frazier, Robinson Cano, those guys have been extremely helpful, especially Robbie and Frazier.
Yeah, it's a cool spot to be in when you have crazy good players leading you throughout your time in the MLB as well. Okay, Pete, that is it from our fan questions. But that does not mean you're off the hook, because now I get to ask the questions, which is my favorite part of the show, obviously.
Okay.
But before we go into our rapid fire, let's hear a word from our sponsor.
Introducing the FanCash Rewards Credit Card by Fanatics. Earn 6% FanCash when you shop with your card on Fanatics.com with exclusive cardholder perks and 6-month special financing on purchases of $150 or more. Text now to apply or go to Fanatics.com.
So today's show is brought to you by the FanCash Rewards Card by Fanatics. You can check out exclusive perks and benefits of being a cardholder at Fanatics.com. Okay, let's get in the zone. Are you prepared?
Let's do it.
Okay, this is rapid fire. I'm going to ask you, we got to move quick, but I might call you out if there's some weird answer along the way. So also be prepared for that instance as well. Okay, Captain Crunch or Lucky Charms?
Captain Crunch.
Good choice. Least favorite chore around the house?
Dishes.
Same. Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Xbox or PlayStation?
Neither.
What do you mean?
I gave up video games.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so refreshing to hear. There is hope out there. Okay, Garth Brooks or George Strait?
George Strait.
Someone who made you starstruck?
Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, I'm so jealous you got to meet him. Okay, sunflower seeds or bubblegum?
Seeds.
Most used emoji?
This one.
Yeah, that's fair. Your very first walk-up song.
So in the major leagues or
just all time?
Killing in the Name of by Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's always that's got to be a really hard decision going into a season. Like, how am I about to get my mind right all season long?
So actually, people think the off season is for players to relax, spend time with their families, or get ready for 2021. But realistically, the entire off season is to come up with your walkout song for the next season. Like it literally takes that long to figure it out.
I believe you. Okay, and I always like to end on just a little bit of controversy. So this may not be controversial, but I'm sure you've taken a lot of pictures with the fish that you've caught. But
mm-hmm.
what makes a fish Instagram worthy? Like how good does the fish have to be before it debuts on your IG?
So it depends because it doesn't have necessarily about size. It can be like the color of the fish, and also the time of day. Like if it's a beautiful background, like let's say the sun's setting, you caught a fish at dusk, and it's like, wow, the sun's really making this fish look just incredible. Like if you have a good representation of the species and it's the right lighting. I mean, you take a picture and you give it a kiss on the top of the head and you let them swim away.
Yeah. Well, I hope that there are some people watching that may have fish photos on their dating profiles or their Instagram pages. And please go back and listen to the tips Pete Alonso just gave you on what fish is Instagram worthy. We appreciate it.
Oh, of course.
Okay, Pete, that is all the time I have for you. You did great. I'm so glad that we got some fans on the line and got to talk to you. We're glad to catch up. So thanks for joining. And hopefully we get to see you sooner rather than later. And we're super excited for 2021.
Yeah, Yankin, hope to see you guys soon. And again, thank you so much for having me. This is awesome. And I just want to say thank you for all the people or all the fans that joined up. I mean, this is really special. I mean, I love playing in New York, and it's been a true honor playing because I don't just play for myself. I don't represent just myself. I represent my team. I represent my organization, and lastly, I represent the fans. And without the fans, baseball isn't the same. And you can see that this year, I know that I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only player. It's listen, we miss you guys. We miss you guys coming to the game, getting rowdy, and we miss you guys, and we can't wait to have you back. So thank you.
Well, awesome. I'm sure they loved getting to talk to you today, and that's the whole point of Fanatics Live. We want to bring their favorite athletes to them right at home, and we're super glad that they got to connect with you today. Thanks, Pete.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Our viewers on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, thanks so much for tuning in to Fanatics Live. The show is brought to you by the FanCash Reward Card by Fanatics. We have a very fun 2021 to look forward to, but before the year is done, we are going to be seeing Chris Carson on Friday from the Seattle Seahawks. And we also have a little teaser with Jason Tatum in December. So stay tuned. If you have any questions or you want to know how to participate in this, please visit our website. You can see the link and the phone number in our YouTube description down below. So check out those links there and let us know if you want to participate. And we are super looking forward to hearing from you. Kazam, everybody. Have a great night.